friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and this is another bookish video. Hello friends, so welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video, we will be going and playing my May Owl Choose Your TBR. And I can't believe I'm already saying May and TBR. Like, this year has really flown by, and I probably say that every month, but I feel like especially these last couple months, they have just flown by like that. It's just crazy to me that it's already May, or gonna be May. But anyway, May is gonna be a very exciting month because I will be participating in Escape the Readathon, which is a readathon that is created by Books with Lexi. And this year we are trying to escape a cruise or solve a mystery on a cruise ship. And that is so exciting. Like, I am so excited. And not only is it a cruise, it is the Orange Cat Cruise, which I have an orange cat. I love cats. So I think it'll be a really fun month and a really fun readathon. I will leave Lexi's channel down below, like her channel name, if you happen to not know about this readathon yet. But yeah, I am very excited, and it's like a team-based readathon, and there's different rooms that you there's certain prompts, and you have to read so many books with that prompt to escape the room. There's more details on it in her video, which I will have like I said, I will leave her channel link down below, so if you don't know about it, you can watch her announcement video. But I'm so excited. I am on Team Podcasters, which is co-hosted by Mel from Eleanor Reads, and then I am blanking on the other name right now of the other co-host. There's 2 co-hosts per team. But I will leave their names here, or pictures, whichever I can find here, and then I will also leave them tagged down below as well. But yeah, anyway, I'm so excited for this readathon, but I will still be doing my Owl Choose Your TBR game. To choose some reads, and then if they fit prompts, the prompts are pretty generic prompts, so I'm sure no matter what I get with my TBR game, I will find something that fits the prompts for the readathon. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started with the first roll for my Owl Choose Your TBR. All right, here's my Owl Choose Your TBR game board. And if you don't know already, I start here, which I have to find my game piece for it. I thought I had it, but I do not. I will have to find that. But I start here, and then I go until I hit the end. And each color is to draw from one of these TBR prompt jars. So yeah, I am going to go ahead and grab my game board piece, and then we will go ahead and get started. All right, so I cannot find my normal game board piece. I normally have these little mini books as my game board piece I move around, but I can't find it right now, so I am just gonna use another dice, but this one is purpley, sparkly purple, and a little bit of blue, so it'll stand out from the other dice. So yeah, I'm just gonna use this for now. Let's go ahead and get started with roll number 1, and we got 7. Right, and that is light purple, which is my fantasy jar. Let's see. it's all twisted up. Got 2-word title, and it's a fantasy book. Okay. Okay, so for roll number 1 for my owl, choose your TBR, I landed on light purple, which is my fantasy square prompt. And the prompt I got is 2-word title. And for that, I'm choosing Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I've been wanting to start this series for a really long time because I've heard like nothing but good things about like this author and like this whole like series at like overall. And this has been seen in my TBR for a while, and I've just been wanting to start this series. So yeah, I'm excited, and this will definitely fit a couple of the like prompts for Escape the Readathon. So yeah, this will be my first book for my May TBR. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do roll number 2. And another 7. Oh, light purple again, fantasy. Let's see. What does that say? A new to me author. Okay, so that actually leaves it really open. All right. All right, so for roll number 2, I landed on a light purple prompt, or square again, which is the fantasy prompt, or fantasy jar. And the prompt I got was a new to me author. And for that, I'm choosing Dark Water Daughter by H.M. Long. This is book 1 in the Winter Sea series. And I haven't read a book from this author before, but I know she also wrote the Hall of Smoke series, which I also own but I have not read yet. But I figured this one is perfect since we're going to be going on a cruise in the month of May for Escape the Readathon. I figured like a book that's set at sea would be perfect. And I think this has like pirates. There's like pirates, and that's all I really know. I'm kind of gonna go into this a little bit blind, but it sounds very intriguing, and I'm very excited to give it a try. So yeah, this is book 2 for my May TBR. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do roll number 3. And we got 12. 11, 12. Pink. That's romance. All right, I'll do this one. It's hard to do this with one hand. Oh, this is from last year. I forgot. But I will just change this to like on my 25 in 25 like TBR list. For 2024 I made a list for every genre, but for 2025 I did not do that. So I'm just going to take a book off of my 25 and 25 list. Okay, so for roll number 3, I landed on a pink jar, the pink square, which is for my romance jar. And what the prompt I drew was an old prompt that I forgot to remove when I was like for 2025, and it says on my like 24 and 24 romance list. And like I said, like for 2024, I made like different like lists for each genre. But for 2025, I did not do that. I just have one list, like, and I wrote it here, my 25 books in 2025, and I have them here, and like some I have like read already, and some I have not. There's actually quite a few that I still have not read yet. So I picked ones that are like more romance leaning on this list, so that it fits the prompt. And I have 4 options for this, and I don't know if I will set or pick and like pick a set book yet for this, but I have these 4 options. I have Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. This is the sequel to Get a Life, Chloe Brown, which I loved and read like a few years ago now. I just haven't like read the sequels yet, and I've been like really wanting to. That's why it's on my 2020 25 and 25 list, because I've been wanting to get to this. Then I also have One Cursed Rose, this pretty stunning edition. This is I think it's kind of like a modern, yeah, it says it's a modern twist on Beauty and the Beast. And it's like a dark romance. Like I said, very pretty. And that I got last year and I still have not read. And then I have Pucking Around by Emily Rath, which is a hockey romance, and we're kind of getting into spring, so like I want to try to get out of like the like winter like type things, but also like I've been really wanting to read this, and I like really don't care that it's hockey. And this is a like why choose romance, and it also has, or it's, I think it's poly, like, because there's also like male as well as just as like female like it's the female and the males, and then there's also male as well. And yeah, I've just been hearing really good things about it, but it also intimidates me a little bit because of how thick it is. But it's, with like romances like this, like I feel like I will fly through it no matter what. And I've been really excited to pick that one up. And I know we're getting out of like the winter season, but I still really want to read this. And then I have a new release that I had on my 2025 and 25 and 25 list. That is the Never list by Jade Presley. And this is a new release that just came out, and this is another why choose romance, and I just really want to get to it because like all like the hype is there right now, and I want to be with the hype right now. So this is an option. Maybe if I'm motivated, I can read all 4, but depending on what else I get. But for now, these are my options. I am sorry I'm not like choosing a set option right now, but these are my 4 options. So I will pick one of these, or maybe more than one of these, in the month of May to read. I mean, I'm taking part in a readathon, so hopefully I read a lot, and I'm trying to get out of a reading slump. But yeah, anyway. And that'll get 4 books off of my 25 and 25 list. Like, I need to read them anyway. Or, like, I should read them anyway to complete my 25 and 25 goal. So anyway, let's go ahead and do roll number 4. Okay, we are on to roll number 4. And we got 11. Liking the big numbers. All right, that is Dark Purple, which is my fantasy romance jar. Go with this one. What does that say? Oh, Kindle or ebook. Kindle/ebook. All right, I can work with that. So for roll number 4, I landed on Dark Purple, which is my fantasy romance jar, my favorite jar. And the prompt I got was Kindle/ebook. And for this, I do have the physical copy as well, but I will probably read it on my Kindle because I read the first two, I think, like for the most part on my Kindle because it's just easier to carry my Kindle around. And that is Forged by Malice. This is the book 3 in the Beasts of the Briar series by Elizabeth Helen, which is an author duo. And I've been loving this series. Like the first two, like, oh my gosh, I love them so much. It is another why choose like romance, like, and yeah, I just love it. I love this series so much, and I really want to get to book 3 like right away. And this cover just gives me spring vibes. And I mean also like I think this fall like there's it follows 4 different princes in this like fae realm, and they're like each like for the different seasons. And I think this one follows more closely to the Spring Prince. If I am like thinking correctly, there's because in the last book we like got more info on the Autumn Prince, and then like the first book was just an introduction to the world and characters. The second book was all about like you learn more about the Fall Prince. And then, yeah, I'm pretty sure this one follows more of the spring. But that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to give out spoilers, but I'm very excited to get to this book. And I probably will read it on my Kindle, like, especially like when I'm like working or like out and about. I like to use my Kindle. So even though I have a physical copy, I know it's on KU and I can get it on my Kindle. So yeah, this will be the next book on my Owl Choose Your TBR. Okay, let's go ahead and do roll number, I think it's 5. And we got 8. That is a Bright Yellow, which is a thriller horror mystery, which, you know, I'm okay with because we are on Escape the Readathon and we're solving a mystery on this cruise ship. So let's see what we get. Oh, awesome. Any thriller. Okay. So for roll number 5, I landed on my Bright Yellow square, which is for my thriller, horror, and mystery prompt or jar. And the prompt I got was for any thriller. So that left it very like open for me to like choose. But I ended up going with You Are Fatally Invited by Andy Pliego. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. But this is a new release thriller that came out, I think it wasn't last month. And it was one of my Aardvark book box picks. And it's a thriller that is like that takes place on a private island for like a writer's retreat. And I've been hearing really good things about this thriller. So I'm excited to give it a try, and like I want to read it while there's still some buzz about it. I have like a ton of thrillers on my TBR from like book of the month from like years ago, but I could not decide, and I was like, "Oh wait, I have this." And I was like, "Oh, it's a new release. Like I should get to it while I'm like still excited to read it." So yeah, we are going with this one. Like I said, I like going into my thrillers a little bit blind. Like I know there's like a writing retreat and it follows like authors, writers, and stuff. And people have compared it to actually like the book, The Writing Retreat, I think it's called. Yeah, they kind of compared it to that one. But anyway, I like to go into them blind, so I don't really know too much about it, but I'm excited to add it to the TBR. Okay, so we're gonna pretend that that's like there, but it keeps like sliding down, but this is where we landed. And so I need anything above a 5 to that, like that last book I showed you will be the last book on my TBR. Or official TBR, I should say. But if I get anything less than a 5, then I will have one more book. So let's see what I get. And I got a 9. So we are done. Like I said, this got like folded, so things are sliding. But anyway, we are done with my May Owl Choose Your TBR. So that is the end of my Owl Choose Your TBR game. And this is my like set TBR here. So I will just go over them quickly. I also have the 4 that I chose for the 25 and 25 prompt. But I will go over how I'll decide that in a second here. But I have Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb for a fantasy with a 2-word title. I have Dark Water Daughter for a fantasy from an author that is new to me. And I have Forged by Malice by Elizabeth Helen for a fantasy romance that is on a Kindle or ebook, which I will plan on reading most of this in ebook format. And then I have You Are Fatally Invited by Andy Pliego for a like any thriller. And then for the 25 and 25, I made a poll on like on Lexi's Patreon Discord. I am a part of her Patreon, so I just created a poll, and then I will create a poll in the Escape the Readathon Discord as well. But I create a poll for these 4 books, and I will put up here, like when I edit this, I will put here which book won. Later on, I'll put like the photo here. But it is out of these options still. So one of these will be a part of my official TBR, but I still might try to read more than one of them. Like I said, we are in I am participating in Escape the Readathon, so I plan on trying to read a lot more than that. Speaking of that, one of the prompts is to, like, one of, like, the room prompts is to, like, like, the prompt is the book matches your outfit when you, like, choose it. Like, the outfit, like, so I'm wearing a black sweater with like some white, like it's my Taylor Swift Down Bad sweater. So I can literally just choose like any like black cover, but I think I have the perfect book I want to go because it's been on my TBR and it is kind of like more black, and there's this is like gray white, but I'm gonna choose this as that book because I've been wanting to read it. Like, it's been getting a lot of buzz recently. It is thicker, but I'm excited, and it kind of matches. I'm counting it. This will be my one book, and like I'm sure as I go on, I'll pick other books that match my outfit so that we can like escape that room as like the month goes on. But this will be maybe the first book I read for that prompt because I'm choosing it for like the first book, and like I'm choosing it as I'm doing my TBR. So I'm counting it. So I have that book. Now I have my other 2 jars. I have to find the other one. I have it's the Buzzword cover and title challenge jar, and then I also have my series jar. I'm pretty sure this is the Buzzword challenge jar because there's less in it. So I will go ahead and choose a book from this as well. I think I skipped last month. And I normally choose 2 books from this jar. So I have 2 here that I will go ahead and draw from. Let's see. All right. So the first, I got the Wedding People. Like I said, I will have to look up what these books were for the cover challenge. I can't remember what the Wedding People was for. And then I have Shatter Me. So, all right, these are the 2 books. I will grab them quickly. All right, so I just drew from my Buzzword readathon. If I didn't mention, the Buzzword is created by Kayla from Books with Lala. And the books I drew are Shatter Me, which was for the Buzzword cover challenge, and that's for like eyes on the cover. So this definitely works for that. And this has been sitting on my TBR for a while. I know this is like a very like classic like dystopian, and it did gain a lot of buzz like on TikTok like the last few years. And so people have been talking about this book a lot, and I know the newest book comes out like I think really soon. I think within the next month or so. So very excited to give this a try because this one has been sitting on my TBR for a while now. All right, and then the next book I got was The Wedding People, which is for the Buzzword title challenge, and that's like for events in the title. And so wedding would work for that. I don't know too much about this. I just know this follows like 2 different characters. Like there's one like it's her wedding day, and then another like she's like having a hard time, and then like they like start talking or something. I don't know exactly what it's about, but I've heard really good things about it, so I'm excited to add it to my TBR. Now we are gonna go ahead and draw from my series jar. Okay, so I have my series jar right here, and I am going to choose 2 books from this jar. So let's go ahead and choose 2. I'm gonna give it a good mix. Oh, one fell. I'll do these 2. All right. The first one I have is For the Wolf. Yeah, For the Wolf. I think that's what that says. I'll have to look up what I can't think of what this is right now. But I will find it. And then the next one I have is Anatomy, a Love Story. All right, I'm gonna go grab these quick and then I will show you what they are. So I drew 2 books from my series jar, and the first book I drew was For the Wolf, and that is this book by Hannah Whitten, and I believe this is like a Little Red Riding, like kind of like reimagining or retelling. And I've had this on my TBR. I've also had like on my TBR for a really long time. And yeah, it's a young adult, I believe it's young adult fantasy romance. And yeah, I just know that it has, or it's a like reimagining, I think, of Little Red Riding Hood. And that's all I really know. The little blurb here says, the first daughter is for the throne. The second daughter is for the wolf. And yeah, I think I've heard like some mixed things on this one. And this one kind of gives me more like wintry vibes, but that is okay. Because this has been sitting on my TBR for a while now. So it's probably a good thing that I have it on this TBR. And then the second book I drew was for Anatomy, a Love Story by Dana Schwartz. And I've had this sitting on my TBR for a while as well, a little while now. And this is like, it has like a mystery and like romance in it. It kind of gives Stalking Jack the Ripper vibes. People have like compared it to that book, and I really enjoyed that one. So hopefully I enjoy this one. It follows Hazel, who wants to be a surgeon, but like she lives in a time like where like women aren't, like they can't go, like can't be surgeons, I'm pretty sure. And then it also follows Jack, who is a resurrection man. That's what it says here. It just says, a gothic tale full of mystery and romance. Hazel Sinnett is a lady who wants to be a surgeon more than she wants to marry. Jack Cure is a resurrection man who's just trying to survive in a city where it's too easy to die. And they meet at this Royal Edinburgh Anatomist Society. And I think that's where she's like trying to study to be a surgeon. And that's all I really know. But I've heard some good things about it, so I'm excited to give it a try. And this is a duology, so maybe I can read this and then also read the second book as well and be done with like this series. So yeah, very excited to add this to my May TBR. All right, and then speaking of series that need to be on my TBR, I have 3 books that I am carrying over that I was supposed to read in April, but I was in a really big reading slump, so it did not happen. I have only read like finished 3 books so far in April, and there's still like a week left. Actually, not even a week left. But I don't think I will finish these books by then. I'm also in the middle of other books. I'm hoping to get a good chunk of one of them in, but I do not think I will finish it because it is chunky. And that is Dragonfly in Amber. I was supposed to have this like read, but like I said, I was in a reading slump, and like this is like tiny writing, and also like it's a lot more like, I don't know how to word it, like dense like writing, and like I want, like it's something you have to like really like kind of pay attention to, like, and there's like a lot of detail into it. So it just was not something I could like I was like trying to read it, and like I've been on this same chapter for like weeks because I just could not get into it. And I really want to be in the mood when I like read this series, and I just, for some reason, this month was not the month to read this book. And I feel bad because this is part of my, like, I'm doing I have a Fable book club for this book, and like I was just like wrote in there like there's only like 20 something of us in the club right now, so I just had to like write like, I'm sorry, like I might have to like extend this to May and make it 3 months that we're reading this, because yeah, I just like the reading slump hit hard this in April. So hopefully, like I do plan on trying to read some of it before the end of April, but I do not think I will finish it, and I do not want to rush it or like force it, because then I feel like I'll end up like hating it. So this is going on my carrying over to my May TBR. And then 2 other series that I said I was going to continue in April but did not is the Mortal Instruments series. I am still on book 2, City of Ashes. Have not even started this one. And then I also have Lover Eternal, which is the sequel to Dark Lover. I really wanted to get to these, just never did. Maybe I will start these as well before May, but maybe not. And I might read, like, there, I also have the third book as well in the Dark Lover series, so like maybe I can read these quickly if I am getting out of my reading slump. And same with like City of Bones. Maybe I can read both of these in May. But we will see. So yeah, those are a series that I still need to catch up on. I like I said, that like reading slump hit very hard in April, and I only have read 3 books this month, and like that happens. Like reading slumps happen. It'll be fine. May hopefully will be a better month, especially with Escape the Readathon, and I'm very excited for that. So yeah, those are the final books on my TBR. Okay, so those were all of the books for my Owl Choose Your TBR and my Escape the Readathon TBR for the month of May. I am very excited for May, and I'm very excited for the readathon. Again, I will leave a link to Lexi's channel down below so you can go watch her announcement video if you have not heard about the readathon already. But yeah, that was my May TBR. Thank you so much for watching. If you have made it this far, please leave a book stack emoji in the comments, and also let me know what is on your May TBR and if you are participating in Escape the Readathon and what team you are on. And please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It would really mean a lot to me. And thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.